BYD has just dropped a small electric car in Japan, and honestly, it's shaking things up more than anyone expected. The starting price? Just $17,000. That's it. For decades, Japan's tiny K-car segment has been ruled by giants: Suzuki, Toyota, Daihatsu, Honda, and Nissan. Nobody touches this space. But now BYD is walking straight into their backyard, and people are asking, is this just a cheap car trying to grab attention? Or is there real technology behind it that could flip the game? Will Japanese buyers actually accept it? What makes this new BYD K-car so special? Why is everyone talking about its price? What features is it packing? How far can it go on one charge? And just how big of a gamble is this for BYD in one of the toughest car markets on earth? Before we go further, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button on Car World 360 right now, because we bring you the freshest EV and auto news before anyone else does. Now let's talk about how massive this move actually is. Japan is one of the hardest markets in the world to crack. Buyers here trust homegrown brands: Toyota, Suzuki, Honda, Nissan, Daihatsu, brands with decades of dealer networks, reliable service, and deep loyalty. So for BYD, this isn't just about launching a car. It's a battle to earn trust from scratch. BYD didn't just show up overnight. It had already been selling electric buses in Japan before entering the passenger car space in 2022. Then, on January 31, 2023, it launched the ATTO 3, its first electric passenger car for Japanese roads. After that came the Dolphin, a smaller hatch built for tight city streets. Then, the Sealion sedan. And in April 2025, the Sealion 7 SUV joined the lineup. Step by step, BYD has been building an entire ecosystem of EVs for Japan. But here's the twist. Japan isn't obsessed with EVs like China or Europe. Hybrids still dominate. In the first half of 2025, hybrids grabbed about 33.18% of the market, while fully electric cars barely scratched 2 to 3%. So BYD is fighting an uphill battle in a country that still loves its hybrids. Still, the numbers are climbing. In 2025, BYD sold around 375,000 vehicles in Japan, a massive 62% jump from the year before. In May 2025 alone, it registered 4116 units, its best month ever, mostly thanks to the Sealion 7. Sounds impressive, right? But let's be real. Japanese giants sell millions of cars every year. Nissan's Sakura K-car alone crushes BYD's entire yearly total in a single year. So no, BYD hasn't overtaken anyone yet, but it's no longer invisible either. With sharp pricing, solid range, its blade battery tech, and a fresh design language, people are finally paying attention. BYD is even targeting over 100 dealership outlets across Japan by the end of 2026. And by building this new K-car specifically for Japan, not just shipping over a Chinese model, BYD is proving it actually understands what local drivers need: tight parking, narrow streets, and Japan's obsession with K-cars. So what makes this K-car so eye-catching? First, you need to understand what a K-car even is. In Japan, these are a special legal category, strict rules on length, width, and power output. Automakers must squeeze everything into these tiny limits, which keeps taxes low and city driving easy. BYD built this car entirely around these rules, meaning it qualifies for the same tax perks other K-cars enjoy. The look is simple, boxy, no unnecessary flash, and that boxy shape is genius because it looks small outside but feels roomy inside. Perfect for Japan's narrow roads and cramped parking. It's got a tall roofline for extra headroom, and reports say it'll come with sliding doors. A huge win for families with kids or elderly passengers trying to squeeze into tight spots. Inside, BYD kept things clean and simple. A digital instrument cluster, a big touchscreen, and easy-to-use controls. Expect the same smart connected software BYD uses across its other EVs, though features may shift depending on the trim. Safety-wise, BYD already loads its other models with ATTOs, multiple airbags, and camera systems, so expect this K-car to follow the same playbook. Now let's talk power. The electric motor pumps out around 20 kilowatts, about 27 horsepower. Sounds tiny, right? But remember, this isn't built for speed, it's built for smooth, low-cost city commuting under Japan's strict K-car rules. Torque numbers haven't been revealed yet, but electric motors deliver instant punch from a stop, which makes stop-and-go city traffic feel almost effortless. The battery is where things get really interesting. A 20 kilowatt-hour LFP blade battery, the same tech BYD trusts across its lineup. LFP batteries are famous for being safer, lasting longer, and needing way less maintenance. On a full charge, expect around 80 kilometers of WLTC range. Sounds low? Not really. Most K-car owners in Japan only drive 20 to 40 kilometers a day for errands, school runs, and short commutes. That means a single charge could easily last 2 to 4 days for most people. Charging-wise, it supports both AC and D, with fast charging up to 100 kilowatts. Charge it overnight at home, and you wake up ready to go every single day. Now, the price. This is the number turning heads everywhere. Around 5 million yen, roughly $17,000. It's not shockingly cheap on its own, but here's the catch. Most rival K-cars are priced the same or even higher. So if BYD delivers solid battery tech, decent range, and real safety features at this price, it could seriously disrupt the segment. Let's line up the competition. The Nissan Sakura brings a 20 kilowatt-hour battery, 100 kilometers of range, and a stronger 47 kilowatt motor, plus Nissan's massive dealer trust advantage. The Mitsubishi ATTO EV is nearly identical under the skin, priced between 266 and 321 million yen, loaded with heated seats and a 9-inch screen. Then there's the Honda N-Van E, the range king here with 29.5 kilometers, priced from 227 to 3.2 million yen, packed with Honda sensing and one-pedal driving. Suzuki's UX is still just a concept, boasting around 230 kilometers of range, but nothing's confirmed yet. And Toyota? They don't even have a direct passenger K-EV rival right now, just a commercial electric van priced around 3.46 million yen. So who actually wins? If you want maximum range, Honda's the pick. If you want brand trust, go Nissan or Mitsubishi. Suzuki could be a sleeper hit once it finally launches, but BYD's real weapon here is value. If it truly launches at 2.5 million yen with this range, battery, sliding doors, and safety kit, it could be one of the smartest buys in the segment. The real test, though, isn't specs. It's whether Japanese buyers will trust BYD's service and long-term reliability. So what's BYD's real endgame here? This isn't about one car. It's a full invasion. ATTO 3, Dolphin, Sealion 7, and now this K-car. BYD wants a seat at every table in Japan's EV market. There's no factory in Japan yet. Everything's still shipped from China. But if sales keep climbing, local production could happen down the line. Meanwhile, BYD is aggressively expanding its dealer and service network because trust is everything in this game. Why has EV growth in Japan been so slow anyway? Simple. Hybrids got too good too early. Toyota basically perfected hybrid tech, so nobody felt pressure to go full electric. But if BYD keeps pushing sharp pricing, solid batteries, and better features, it could nudge more first-time buyers toward EVs. BYD's playbook here is the same one it's used everywhere else. Launch small, expand fast, build trust, then scale. This K-car is just the next chess move. Now, the battery tech behind all this. BYD's own Blade battery, built on LFP chemistry. Expect 2 range options once it officially drops. The Blade design packs more cells into less space, thanks to its long, thin structure, giving better efficiency and a simpler, safer pack. In BYD's nail penetration test, the battery didn't catch fire or smoke even after being pierced, staying between 30 and 60 degrees Celsius. It's also rated for over 5,000 charge cycles, meaning years of reliable use, and it skips nickel and cobalt, keeping costs lower. The trade-off? Slightly less energy density than some enemy batteries. But since BYD builds its own batteries, motors, and core components in-house, it controls costs better than almost anyone. A massive edge in a price-sensitive segment like this. So will this shake up Suzuki, Toyota, Honda, and Nissan? Absolutely, but not because of the battery alone. If BYD nails pricing, range, features, and warranty support, Japan's legacy automakers will be forced to move faster on their own EV game. The real shift coming to Japan isn't just one car. It's K-car buyers finally getting real electric options alongside petrol and hybrid. So here's the real question. Can BYD actually crack Japan's toughest car market? Or will Toyota, Suzuki, Honda, and Nissan use their decades of experience and loyal service networks to fight back? If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, hit subscribe on Car World 360, and turn on the bell so you never miss the biggest EV and auto stories before anyone else does.